Once again, all of the players must vote for someone safe for the round.
Do I want to be safe? I want Raven to be safe because I think she's a traitor. I want her to be safe because I think she's a traitor, and if I have more time on the show, I will do everything I can to find out that she's a traitor. And if I know she's a traitor, I'm going to want to keep her till the end so I can kick her off at the end because I know she's a traitor.
I'll say Anthony and hope that he says me.
My boy Jason.
I'm gonna go with Lori.
So how do you feel about the vote?
I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Do you think that many people? Yeah. Do you think that many people were like on the same page?
I did not. I was like, wow. Yeah. I felt like the time that Dar and Mike had just that little bitty window that they could have maybe talked it out and we could have maybe worked it out, that you took up all that time going after Jason. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah, I went off a little on Jason because I just wanted to know, like, did he actually say that to Mike or didn't he say that to Mike? And that's all I really wanted to know. And he really got super defensive right away and said, well, yeah, I was questioning him, but I just literally wanted to know if he said that, if it was true or not. I'm not trying to convince anybody because I don't have to, because I am a faithful. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I just want to, like, I'm presenting facts that I've heard. In the interrogation, I know, like, Anthony was asking, I understand. He's, like, really eloquent with his words. He's a very good speaker. I have been impressed with him this whole game thus far. As far as like him expressing his feelings and things like that. So I appreciate the way that he does that. But he really did just like ask all the questions in the interrogation. I know the question was posed to be like, oh, is this person going to say they want to work with a group, or are they like more of a traitor because they want to work individually? So when I answered that question, it was just how I felt at that moment in time, that I am working as an individual because, first of all, nobody's come to me to discuss anything.
To be like, hey, Lauren, like, let's be a group. And see, I kind of got that. It just, you threw me completely off, and I was like, man, when you went after Jason and Dar and Mike didn't get that chance.
I didn't really say that to Anthony, so I just wanted to clear that up. And like the way he presented my answer to the group, I don't think was fair. So I wanted to clear that up on my end.
Oh my God, you had my idea. I was literally gonna do that last night, but I'm like, no, not.
What's up, Raven?
I like the same person, I fucking swear.
I know that Raven's on people's list, but like Raven's been the most consistent for me. Like from the moment she was my first one-on-one until now, I just feel like she is just real, and I love talking to her. I don't even know sometimes what we're talking about, but I just love talking to Raven. I love you. This game is ugly. The inner circle is ugly, and I don't want to play it anymore.
No, literally, I feel the exact same way. Like, even as a freaking faithful, I feel like I'm just like shitting bricks right now. Yeah, make sure there's.
Sorry, I'm like, okay, go ahead. What are you saying?
You don't want them dripping. You don't want them slipping. I've been thinking about the past few days and like why I'm in this game. Like how much it's changed my psychology, how much like I viewed it, and like I even like thought back, like there's a reason why I'm here, and it was like it's kind of like it goes personal, and I wanted to actually share it with everyone. But long story short, like I just had I've had to cut out people from my life that were traitors, and I didn't know it, and like I was just following them, and it just fucking sucked. And so like just being in this game like makes me feel like my like full authentic self. Like I'm coming in here fully authentic, fully to myself. Like even with like Lauren or anyone bringing up anything, I'm just like, okay, no, that happened. Yes, this is real. It's just like pure. It's just a pure like psychological. It's a psychological thriller. I fucking swear. I feel like I'm just like unraveling my own self through this whole game, and like I was able to like express that. And yeah, I just find Anthony also very easy to talk to. Like yeah, like him and Lori have been like the ones that I feel like I can ultimately just like trust the most with all my information.
I voted you safe going into this round just because I feel you're playing a genuine game, and I've reached a point that I just have trust in you that I don't necessarily with several people. So something that was, I don't think by any means you specifically said that you were convinced that it was Mike or that you were voting Mike. But I wasn't the only one, and not including the ones that did vote for Mike, that were in the room the other night that changed. And I'm not convinced that you changed on the group or me or anything like that. I know you had some suspicions about Mike and you didn't say you were going to vote for him, but I'm 100% honest when I say when we were going into that vote the other night, convinced the majority of the group was going with Mike. And then when you and Anthony didn't, it certainly got me to questioning what happened with Lauren during that interrogation. And I didn't want to put it on blast because I was having my own issues with Lauren during that time.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to add fuel to the fire, but something obviously took place that made you guys convinced that it was Lauren, which I've had on my mind for 2 rounds or so. I told Lori, and I stand with it, I don't recall her exactly saying that she wanted to vote Mike in this particular round. I think that I've got it gathered just the last couple times she's had suspicions of Mike, but she wasn't the one that actually said she was going to vote for him. So I wasn't as, I guess the word would be disappointed in her as I was Anthony for switching on me.
What up, Jay Buds?
Oh man, we got some talking to do in 5 minutes. Anthony was a main person who spoke repeatedly to me about Mike and to the entire group throughout the week.
I am really leaning towards Mike.
We both shared our opinions and our thoughts, and I didn't want to do what others had done that we called them out on. And he personally had called people out on flip-flopping, so I reminded him that we don't want to do that. And then when it came down to it, he kind of flip-flopped right at the very, very end.
You and I originally discussed Mike 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went hard for Mike because I wanted to prove something to everyone as well as myself that if I were a traitor, it's very easy to manipulate even the traitors and also the faithfuls. Because as soon as you drop a little bit of like, hey, these are my reasons, whether they're concrete or not, people are eating them up. And it was so funny that like Jason just went like hard, like because him and I, we were on an alliance of like, listen, we're definitely going for Mike, and you know, he stuck to it. So now I'm going to go into this one-on-one with him. I'm going to fabricate as to why I, went for Lauren. The only flip side of that is we had our interrogation, right? So like Lori and I told the group, everyone like Elle and Elle and whoever else we interrogated, the only one out of that, Elle, Mike, and Lauren was the only one that said she wants to work by herself throughout the entire thing. And then when Mike turned, when he answered the question, he was like, I'm coming off as abrasive, yada, yada, yada. But my truth is I want to help the group, He kind of convinced me about some things and then went a different way. And he did a really good job of explaining it to me. I don't think he went completely away from Mike, but he went with someone else based on different reasons. And I left that the other night kind of feeling a little isolated from both of them. Like maybe they turned on me a little bit or they weren't as loyal to me as I thought they were, but they both went out of their way to kind of explain where their train of thought were. And I needed that from Anthony, especially because I had put so much trust into him. That's a good explanation. Yeah. The alone thing, her not wanting to work together, I'm not as... I get why that matters. I'm more upset about her just coming at me directly. I didn't understand what that came from. It was like I was telling her and Mike and being honest, hey, if you guys think you're safe, you need to make amends with a couple people that you've had issues with because you guys are definitely being named. Well, my heart was broke a little bit, man, because I'm like, okay, I'll tell you, that's got to be like, it doesn't make me question you by any means. I don't want to say that, but it was the first time where I felt detached because we didn't get a chance to communicate. It was like, wait a minute, I'm going with this because of you and you went something different. Now I'm the odd man out. Was that on purpose? Was that an accident? Lori is somebody I believe really wants to be working with you and I. And I leave for right now. I trusted her notes. Yeah. And most importantly, I've kind of trusted her word. She's stuck with everything that she said. Like, I think she's somebody that I'm sure you noticed, like, the fellas are dwindling down here.
And
Yeah,
you
brother.
know my theory. I don't have to repeat what my theory is, and it's not me, right?
Yeah.
But we're in a place like we can't directly start going at Dar. That would take it down to you and I if as long as we're both here tomorrow. We can't have that. So I still have my doubts with Dar. That hasn't gone anywhere.
Jason, like I've already said, I'm going to continue to use him as an alliance, so that way he doesn't turn on me and vote me out.
Jason's reaction in that vote. See, okay. First of all, I had an alliance with Mike, and I told myself when I started, there's 4 people I would not ever vote for. Mike was one, Jason was one, you were one, and Anthony were one that I would never vote for. And I thought, Jason, because I really don't think you're a traitor, and I don't think Anthony is either. Lori has Dar's back, so if I can get in an alliance with Lori and Anthony, because Anthony likes to be very logical. Jason just kind of flipped on us in the last minute, and it's like he really put himself out there, and he kind of played me like Susan for a bit. Was a little bit ticked off about that. And I wasn't confident with my vote on Dar. I really wasn't. I kind of felt like it was going to end up being like an Amuncio vote.
Yeah.
I did not. So I feel horrible. I think Dar took it really personally, which I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not, because he did protect you, and Amuncio kind of threw you under the bus. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. So Raven voted for Mike. Dar voted for Mike, but I think that's because Mike voted for Dar.
Yeah.
And then Jason and Drea voted for Mike. The Jason vote that kind of hurt my feelings. I can't lie, because Jason and Mike were my ride or dies.
Yeah. Jason kind of made me like say, on him as well.
Yes. Well, the one thing that made me like at the very end of the backyard chat, it was me, Jason, and Mike. And Jason had a couple seconds left, and he said, "Before I go, I want to let you know that your name and Mike's name's being thrown out there." And I'm like, "By who?" And then he got off of the chat, and then he brought that up in the voting where Lauren, he said Lauren said my name, but I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I haven't been on any chats. She very well could have, and it would be fair because I voted for her, right?
Yeah.
So that would be normal.
See, I don't think you're wrong now. I think she did kind of lie to you on that one.
Because he totally threw me off, because I thought, oh my God, my name's being thrown around, and I hadn't heard that at any chat at all.
I know, you're like,
it was right before voting, like seconds before the voting started.
Yes.
And then he got all weird, like yelling and stuff. And it's like, what is going on here? And then when he seen me vote for Dar, his reaction was like really weird. Like he was like so disappointed. And am I just supposed to follow you blindly? I mean, I'm going to play butthurt with Jason. Like, how could you do this? I thought we were an alliance, but I think Jason's going to be on everybody's target. And I'm not afraid to put his name out there in the backyard chats at this point. But I need him because of the drama.
Lori!
How are you?
Good. How's everything?
Good.
I spoke with Raven. She was my first. Then I spoke with Jason. And now yourself. I had to clear things up with Jason. Because again, remember how I told you I was 100% gung-ho. It was Mike no matter what. But I explained to him, I was like, hey, listen, this is how the cards folded, I mean, after that interrogation, there's no way I could have, if I would have changed my vote from what you and I discussed of it being Lauren, and then I would have voted for Mike, although it would have appeased Jason, like that would have been like, Anthony, like we just spoke about this. Like, so I was like, I had to explain to him, I was like, I just interrogated with Lori. There's no way that I could backtrack, go back on my vote. And I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. If it could have been like a 3-way interrogation, you could have been there. But Lori and I both agreed that like it was Lauren. So I was like, I can't do this. Listen, this has to stay between obviously you and I. I think fucking Jason is a traitor. But the thing is, we can't act on Jason right now because because if we act on him right now, that's gonna fucking put a huge fucking target on us. And
Exactly.
he just said in a conversation before I got on with you, he was like, Lori's definitely on our side, so make sure whoever we vote for, she's on that plan too.
Yeah.
So Jason is a fucking traitor. I know it. I fucking know it.
I'm telling you, dude.
But the thing is, we can't act on that right now.
Exactly. So and like he's so hard on Dar right now. He's so
I know.
harsh on Dar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it's not Dar. Jason's a little bit too much on the gung ho as the I'm not a traitor thing. I could be totally wrong. Shit, man. I'm like, thank goodness I get to talk to Anthony after all this. I have one more with Dar, and then I have the confessional to see if I get offed. So if I am offed, it's probably White Lauren or Drea, because I'm still kind of looking at Drea a little bit. But
the thing is, like, so my thing is, like, if they're two traitors, right? Let's just say you and I are on the same page. We believe that I 100% believe it is Jason, right? The thing is, like, if he's working with someone, we have to be very careful. Like, how do we catch the other person in like a fucking lie? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be able to be strategic, because if we tell the wrong person or we drop the wrong hints to the wrong person, then it'll get back to him, obviously, and then next thing you know, we're eliminated.
So I feel you, dude. I think it is Jason.
So the key is trying to figure out how Lauren feels, how he feels, and how they want to vote. They'll keep us around, so that way you and I can use. We have to use the people that we have to get them out of this fucking game. But we have to be very strategic.
Elle's on board. I haven't really said anything about Jason. I haven't put it out there that I thought Jason.
Nope.
I told Lauren maybe Jason, and she was like, really? And I was like, maybe. I don't know, the way he went at you, huh? And she was like, yeah, but we're good though. And I was like, okay, well, if you say, like,
yeah, we gotta like.
And one of those, if she says that they're good, and like, when I told Jason, like, Lauren said she's good with you, and he's like, well, if you're on board with Lauren, then I'm on board with Lauren. So,
is there anyone else that we could potentially trust? Because right now we only have the two of us.
I know. Crap. What do you think about Dar?
Dar's quiet, and I'm pretty sure he still has a lot of resentment from the last judging. So of course he's ready to. So that makes 3. We still have to get like, fuck, Lori. We're onto something. Having Lori, I guess, is agree and just make it so that way I don't feel like I'm going crazy. It felt good. It felt so good to know that like her and I are on the same page about like Jason and also Lauren.
I'm in my bathroom because it has good lighting.
Okay, you got to get those angles, sis. I see the lights is hitting you good. I love that.
Thank you. My ring light was being a dick today, so.
Good. So, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Mike, that elimination was a lot.
Yes, it was. I wasn't
prepared to. I mean, I think I knew Mike was a faithful, but I also think that his approach and how he was handling things were very like, it's my way. This is how I do things, and I think he was also comparing like previous shows to this show. And I think like from my chair, like I was just like, man, I'm just getting tired of hearing that. But that's why I didn't vote for him, although I wanted to initially. But kind of like the interrogations that Lori and I had really just kind of like pushed me over to the Lauren side. I mean, and when she went into saying why she would want to work by herself, that was just like, all right, cool, you know. That was just like the only reason that I went from, going from Mike to Lauren. I'm gonna miss having Mike here, but I mean, also I think that his approaches is very. He didn't really understand his audience. We were receptive.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like he was working really like, instead of like being collaborative, he was being like, hey, this is what it is, and agree or don't agree.
Yeah, sorry to see him go. But it was it's a lot.
I mean, it's fine.
It's gonna be nice. I don't really care.
I mean, he's gone, so
it's fine.
He'll probably be on the next season or something.
I'm pretty sure that us faithfuls, we're going to make sure we get the shit done, which leads me into this right now. I'm not gonna say I'm confused. I have my suspicions. At this point in the game, it's about like 8 of us left, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So at this point, What it was, I think it was like last week. It kind of like went across the screen, and it was like traitors have eliminated this person. So in my mind, just using basic English, it said traitors with an S. So that means there's two. I didn't go into details or specifics about like Jason, because I think that Jason is kind of like the mayor or the mascot. You know, he's just very like chill. So I don't think he's on too much of a radar, you know, if any at all, because it seemed like everyone is just like, no, Jason cool, Jason's absolutely fine. I am just trying to like nitpick at every fucking word everyone is saying.
It's so hard because it's up until this point, it's like the information we gather, well, I don't know about you, but me, the information I gather and I think it's right, it almost be like completely wrong or left field. So now I'm really trying to you know, like you said, see what really pinpoints people, but actually be open to the people I thought were faithfuls, because I thought Ashley was a faithful, and I'm like, I'm just trying to find reasons why people couldn't be a traitor, instead of reasons why they are a traitor, you know?
And that's why I could not vote for Dar.
Like, when it comes to Dar, I can see why people think he's not faithful, but like you said, it's not enough information to just straight up call him a traitor.
No, definitely not.
And I actually think he is faithful, but some people I'm looking at Lauren and Raven. Their whole little thing was weird, but Raven has had a bunch of other reasons why she could be a traitor up until this point, and also Lauren. When me and Jason, I think we did both of them. And Raven was really sus. It's almost like we asked her, what's the reason you're not a traitor? And she kind of like stuttered a little bit.
Yeah.
And Lauren was basically, I think, just very defensive stuff.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a one-on-one prior to you with Lori. I expressed my concern about Lauren. The only thing is, let's just say that like you and I just did the numbers, right? So statistically, there are two traitors, right? So then if like the three of us agree that it's Lauren, that means obviously she's working with someone else. If our next move is to get out Lauren, we have to make sure that all of our numbers are across the board. And if this is the last time I speak to you and we're like, okay, we're going for Lauren, we need to make sure that we 100% know that Dar is not a fucking traitor, because you, me, Lori, and Dar that's voting against Lori. And we can't continue to publicly voice out who we're going to vote for. It has to be like a surprise, and we get these people out. Because if we are actually, I'm 100% fucking faithful, we got to be quiet about the things we're doing, because they can vote us off at any fucking second.
Exactly.
As soon as you said Lauren, I was like, yeah, you know, I expressed my concern as well, and that's why, like I said before, it'll be her chance to go. But the key is not telling Jason, because if they're working together, then he's going to be very upset that I voted for her and didn't tell him. But then again, his numbers could dwindle down, because if he's working with Lauren, then it'd be so much more easier to get him out.
I feel that. I feel like we should come together on that. I don't think she's trustworthy or helpful. So I'm down with voting Lauren next. I have to talk to Dar next. And see what's going on with him and his mindset. But
when you speak to Dar, because I know that Lori's going to be on board with this, so will I, and it's going to be yourself and also Dar. We have to make sure that we don't tell anyone our voting and it's like, oh, I'm not really sure. Just give up like random things, like, oh, I'm thinking. Even if you want to say like my name, it doesn't matter. But we know when we come to the voting, we're voting only on Lauren. I mean, for me, that's where I'm going to go, because I believe she is a fucking traitor.
I do trust Anthony. I don't know if that's a mistake or not, but I do think he's trying to, figure out things for the better.
What's up, Drea?
Hi, Dar. I can't even see you.
I'm in the, hold on, let me put this on. There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You in the car?
Yeah. I had to pull over. All right. So, how you feeling about everybody right now?
I don't know about nobody, honestly. Like, ever since that whole Ashley shit, I'm really just like, riding the waves right now, seeing what everybody else is thinking, because I was wrong on some stuff, and it seemed like the people who I thought was faithfuls, shit, wasn't.
Literally, it's crazy.
No. And the people who I thought was traitors was faithfuls. So I'm like,
so yeah, the game is getting harder and harder because we got like small people now, and there's a traitor somewhere. You
at
know,
least.
but I like at the beginning, like when you and what's his name was going at it. I thought he was a traitor, but I had changed my mindset. I changed my mindset
Yeah,
because
you
you
said you was
speaking.
gonna vote me out. I'm like,
No,
what?
because you speaking facts. You speaking like straight facts. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like when we was talking, I was talking to I remember who I was talking to. Was it Anthony? It was like, yeah, you speaking straight facts. So like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know how I can prove that I'm not a traitor to you. I just clearly I've been trying to get people out. Like I've been trying to get traitors out. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't think that you're a traitor. I think that people are just like picking because you're quiet.
How do you feel about Elle and Lauren?
Elle and Lauren could be traitors. Either one of them could be traitors. Elle, Lauren, and Raven. I feel like either one of them is like
Oh, I forgot
a
about
toss.
Raven. I even forgot about Raven. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like all of them. It could be any one of them, especially Lauren. I feel like Lauren, she was real quiet in the beginning. Like she started talking once we was like, hey, quiet people look suspicious. Now she's starting to talk and be all defensive and shit. I don't know, that looks kind of sus. Cause
Yeah, that's
maybe like her traitor just got eliminated, Ashley, and now she wanna, pick up the slack for her. If it's not Lauren, I feel like if it's not Lauren, it's definitely Raven.
And I thought it could have been what's his name? You know what I'm
Mike?
saying? Yeah, because he had targeted me. So I was like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I was like,
I
oh, he
thought it
got
was
to be
Mike
one.
too.
And the fact that he's not one, it had like blew my mind. So like, I need to really figure out like what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I agree on I don't think we should make it publicly known that we're gonna vote Lauren off.
No.
So
I still need to talk to her because I don't know yet. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
My mind pretty made up on Lauren. It's either Lauren or Raven.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta talk to everybody because I don't know what if she's not a traitor? That'd be crazy. But
what if Mike was right the whole time and it's you?
Nah. That's funny.
No?
That's funny. No.
Okay. Yeah, it was very awkward. Like I said, I don't know about him or Anthony. I think they're faithfuls, but at the end of the day, they probably not. And Dar, he does give. I do see what Mike was talking about.
Hey, Dar.
Glory, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. I just got done talking to Drea. What do you think about everything going on so far?
I think it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Ooh. See, now I don't really kind of know who to share with, but I'm going to share with you because you told me Jason at the very get-go. You told me heads up about him.
Jason's.
Yeah. And I don't know what's up with Lauren. Like that whole not letting you in.
What? Wait, before you even get started, Drea was saying the same thing.
He said that Drea pointed out the same thing that I did about Lauren going at Jason. Yeah, so Drea was pointed out the same thing, huh?
Yeah, about Lauren.
Yeah, I do look at Jason. He's looking at you pretty hard.
Yeah. Hey, it's all good.
Yeah. I don't know. He's pretty cool. Pretty mellow.
I trust Jason. I trust you. Only because you have a lot of notes and there's no possible way that you could be a traitor. But I don't know.
Well, thank you. I'm like working my butt off.
No, because the notes that's really good. That's really good. You know, like I never really thought about doing notes just because like I be everywhere. So like I don't. But I keep stuff in my mind. But you have like all the notes from the beginning. So it's like
I don't know. It's a trip. I think I think I can trust you and Anthony and Elle. It's kind of like 4 against 4, but like, it's who I feel like I can trust.
Drea, I don't know about Drea too. I was telling Drea how at first my original vote was gonna be her, but I had switched it to Mike. It was gonna be her, and I was telling her, and I need to tell you because if I'm going, it's Drea now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told her straight up. I was like, I was gonna vote you out, but then I changed it up to Mike.
Can I have my 10 seconds? She's right there.
Yes.
Okay. Good night. Grandma loves you. Grandma's beautiful girl is okay.
What's up? What's up?
So are you totally pissed?
Huh?
Are you totally pissed at me?
No.
No. I had to do it because the chat I had with Anthony and Lori, I knew that was Mike. I knew it was going to be Mike.
Yeah, it had to be done. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that was good because if you didn't vote me, then they would have been like, oh, you never, or I never targeted you, or you never targeted me, and they would have caught on.
No, because I told everybody that I was not going to vote Mike. I wasn't going to vote him. So if I would have voted him, that would have totally made me look suspicious.
Yeah, but hey, we're doing good. I ain't gonna lie.
We are.
So I think are we voting someone out?
Yes. Yeah.
So who are we doing?
I think I kind of breaking it down. I think that we have Lori and Anthony, right? Mm-hmm. Lori trusts you explicitly. Lori thinks
and you too. I just talked to her. She said you're 100% faithful.
Yeah. And I think Anthony trusts Lori. And Anthony even had made a mention when Mike was trying to get you out in our chat that was going to be another Amuncio, that he did not think that you were a traitor. So I think we've got Lori and Anthony. So we don't want to do anything with those two.
All right.
Raven and Lauren are going to go after each other. So I don't want to get them out either. Jason has made a huge mess for himself.
Yeah. You want to do Jason?
I don't want to do Jason because Lori is super suspicious of Jason right now because of the way he acted. And I said, I was so confused because in the backyard chat, he had like 30 seconds and he yelled out, hey, you and Elle and Mike, people are talking and putting your name out there for tonight. But he didn't tell us who did it. I think it should be Drea because everybody doesn't worry about Drea. They think she's a faithful. So
they think Lori thinks she's could possibly be a traitor.
You think so?
Yeah, and I don't know because that Mike thing that happened, that Drea and Mike thing.
Yeah.
But right now, I talked to Drea and I talked to Lori, and Lauren is on their radar right now.
Yes, Lauren is.
They're 100% picking Lauren on the next vote.
So who do you think then, Raven? Because Lauren did vote for Raven, but do you think that would be too obvious?
Wait, who's targeting Raven right now?
Lauren.
Lauren?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if we do Raven, it's going against Lauren, right? And then we get Lauren out by the end of this week. And then, you know what I'm saying? maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Drea, I don't know. Either way, they're both going. Like, if we do Drea, they're going to be like, oh, who did that? But who's targeting Drea right now?
Nobody. That's why nobody. Oh. And I've said a couple times that I didn't think Drea was because of what happened with Mike or what happened with Ashley.
And I also, Lori knows that I already chatted with her. And the thing that I brought up, I was like, so if I'm going, then you know who it is.
I did not realize that Dar had been targeting Drea. And I just thought it would be bad for his game and ours overall if I went with Drea. So you chatted with Lori and
Drea, yeah.
And Drea? Okay.
So I feel like we do Drea. If we do Drea, it's probably going to
That's what I'm thinking. You talk
because I was targeting Drea this whole time, and everyone knows that I was targeting Drea.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be good for you. So what about Raven then? What do you think?
Raven? I think we should, yeah. Because we do Raven, then they all think it's Lauren. What's her name?
Lauren.
All right, you want to do Raven or what?
Let's do Raven. Yeah, because if you talk to Drea, I don't want to put any suspicion on you.
Yeah, and everyone already knows I was targeting Drea. Like, I was telling Anthony, Jason that Drea is on my radar.
Okay, then I think it could be. Then let's do Raven.
Sorry, Raven.
Sorry, Raven.
A game is a game.
I know she was suspicious of me. I guess you were right, Raven. She probably should have been more vocal about it, right?
This game is fun. I ain't gonna lie.
It is. That was
I was
crazy.
so happy when Mike was out. Oh my goodness, I was so happy. He almost got me though. Remember he was asking those questions? I didn't have no clue what to say. I was stuck.
But you know what the crazy part is? Everybody felt bad for you.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Oh my god, they're like, he's like ganging up on him like he did Amancio.
Yeah, that's funny.
So now that they think that like one of the 4 returning players, I think the target now is going to be on Jason a lot because the way he behaved in that vote. That was insane. I when he was talking, I didn't know if he was talking to me or Lauren. I had no idea.
Yeah, he was
and the whole dramatics at the end where he changed his vote, I'm like, who were you gonna vote for? I was it Lauren?
Oh
I have no idea.
yeah, I peeped that. I don't know who was gonna vote for. On the public vote, we can get out Lauren.
We can get out Lauren.
Or next time, come in here, we can get out somebody, which might be, I don't know.
Either Drea or Jason.
Yeah, Drea or Jason.
Or we go crazy and so if we're gonna get out Raven and then they're gonna vote out.
What about Anthony?
We're gonna have to get out Anthony at some point because he's gonna catch on.
Yeah. Will we get him out now though, or no? Or no? Because we get him out now, then no one's targeting Anthony. What if we get Anthony out now? Actually,
wouldn't that be crazy?
I think should we get him out? That'd be unexpected. That's a plot twist right there.
That would be totally unexpected. Oh my god, I'd feel so horrible.
Because Anthony's so cool, and everybody likes Anthony.
Anthony is so cool. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Your hair looks pretty.
Thanks. I do
good.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Hello.
Look at this triangle.
We're here.
How we doing?
Good. How is everyone tonight?
Good. What's the word? Are we the only 3 that are on right now?
So far, yeah.
You think
6:30 start?
Is it the 5-minute thing, you think?
I think so.
There's Drea.
Yeah.
All right, well, it ain't every 5-minute intervals. So
I'm hoping everyone comes at 6:30.
Yeah, me too. I don't think this is one of those like trickle in ones. It should be everybody.
I don't know. I guess just to see who got murdered, if anyone got murdered. So how are you guys feeling tonight?
I feel like it all came too fast. Like we just recovered from the.
It was a big night the other night.
Yeah.
Tonight's gonna be another one. We got to vote. I thought we would have to vote tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect to vote tonight again so soon. Yeah.
That's supposed to start at 6:35, right?
What's up?
It sounds like it's going to be different times for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's missing then? Raven, Anthony, and Lori?
Yeah, just to keep the anxiety going. You know, he likes to do it every couple minutes.
Oh my God, it's one of them?
Mike was saying that if everybody shows up after the night where somebody could have got murdered, that might mean somebody got recruited and is now on the other side.
Oh, damn.
Now, that would be one of those times I'd say if somebody's behavior changes, it makes it suspect a little bit. But this late on, that would mean somebody dramatically changed who they were, you know?
Yeah, that would be crazy if someone did that. I don't think there will be a recruitment, but you never know.
Yeah. So I know we got a long way to go and we're going to talk and do all that stuff. I think I've changed my part. Somebody talks too much, somebody talks too little. That's not worked for us in any way, shape, or form. The way that I'm going with things for today is if something stood out to me as that could be a traitor then I'm just going to go with who I've trusted the most and who I've trusted the least. Lori don't show up. That's all kinds of notes missing. That's more notes.
Oh my God, I know.
She's got a whole diary filled in that book.
It's got an encyclopedia.
Lori got them notes.
She keeps it right here. So when you ask her a question, she's like, well, and then, man, it goes in the log like a journal from high school. There's Lori.
Hey guys, we just had like a sick power outage and my internet and everything else went out. I was like, holy crap.
Now the notebook is better than ever.
That's where that paper and pen comes in handy.
I know. So what did I miss, y'all?
Nothing. We're just speculating, really.
On who's missing. We're down to missing 2 now.
Okay, so let me write it down. Shout me out. Okay, I got Lori, got Lauren.
Elle, Jason, Dar, Andrea.
There's Raven.
Where's Anthony?
Hi, Raven.
Oh.
4, 5, 6.
Hi, I can hear you now. Why isn't Anthony here?
I think.
I don't know. That's what we're wondering.
That's not a good sign. Anthony's always one of the first ones here.
Always on time.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. Nick, I swear to God, if he says that Anthony got off.
I'm gonna flip.
You wanna get him out, actually, and change it? I think we should do Anthony, because we do Anthony. He voted Lauren out, so they're gonna think it's Lauren anyways.
That's true. And Raven voted Mike. So let's do Anthony.
Yeah, let's do Anthony.
I'm so sorry, Anthony.
We're doing Anthony.
So
I'm sorry, Anthony.
You know, I would have preferred Raven, but I'm glad that he said Anthony, because I was thinking about it last night. We need Raven and Lauren to go after each other at some point. And at the end of the game, if we make it, that would make the most sense. As much as I enjoyed working with Anthony, it did make it. It was hard to vote him out, but it made sense. Yeah, Anthony will be completely unexpected.
Yep, that's the plot twist. Plot twist right there. Ugh.
Well, first of all, I have some news.
Yeah. Yo, are you serious? Oh, that's crazy. Oh my God. So when we're all back together, they're gonna be like, oh, he's back. This is very tricky now, because that means that like they know that I like am onto them.
We got different times. Okay. So I'm just
There's Anthony.
Oh my God. Oh, thank God.
Oh my God, y'all. We're all here.
I don't know how to turn on my camera.
Oh my God. What does that mean? What does that mean?
And I'm like,
that means nobody got murdered.
Anthony, were you doing that shit on purpose or what?
No. This is the time that they asked me to come in.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Mine was 35.
I completely forgot about the safety vote and who it could quite possibly be.
I shit a brick for you.
Raise your hand if you got recruited.
You can't see me, but I do not. I know. I'm going to exit out and then I'll come right back.
You're all right, Lori.
Out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, hold up.
But I do want to know, like, whoever the other people that were interrogated, how do you feel like we're as a group? Because the vote was still all over the place last week.
I have to say I'm really upset about it, because I was in a pretty tight alliance with Mike, and I wasn't going to vote him. There's 4 people that I'm not going to vote for. One's looking a little suspect right now, but for the most part, the people that I made alliances with, I wasn't planning on voting. I would not have voted for Mike. So I'm pretty upset that everybody turned on him.
Hey guys, so can I have the floor for like maybe 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Actually, there was a vote last night, and 2 of you in this room voted me off. However, the alliance that I've already built up saved me. So 2 of the people that are in this room right now actually voted me off. So there are traitors amongst us, but it's all good because I have an alliance and I know exactly who I'm coming for tonight.
So we're getting rid of one traitor tonight.
Wow, I like it.
Wow.
You guys made a fucking mistake.
It didn't.
Voting
Shots fired. Who's coming back?
So 2 people voted, but 3 people voted you safe.
Exactly. And I know exactly.
Oh, so that explains the no murder then. Okay.
I was doing dishes and I had this premonition. I literally knew you were gonna say that. Like, I knew that they were gonna either come after you or come after me. I was just.
And exactly who it is, and I can't wait to fucking.
This game can. Oh, I have a lot to say, but not.
I was so ready to hold that in, but I was like, what? We're all here, so I don't want it to be a surprise when I vote for these people, because I'm just gonna pick it off one by one, and I guarantee the faithful are gonna fucking win this game, because now I took that shit personal, because I had one-on-ones with 4 people last night, and of those 4 people, I only told 2 people of who I'm going to be voting for, and of those 2 people, one went back to the other traitor, so I know exactly who's working with who right now, and I can't wait to get one of these out of here. It's going to be a fucking game tonight.
Wait, you said one of them went back to the other traitor? So you think
Yes.
one of the people you had a one-on-one with is a traitor, right?
Hey, spill it, spill it.
Okay.
You've got to let us know.
Spill it. I'm trying to know.
Everyone, because apparently everyone wanted to have a conversation with me tonight. So that means when I go into it, because the only person, I'm going to be honest with you, I would say 2 people I trust 100%. And of those 2 people, we're getting rid of a traitor tonight. Hands down. All we need is 4 votes. 4 votes. And it's happening. 4 votes. You guys missed. Whoever it is, you missed.
Damn.
Period. We getting you up out of here.
You missed.
Wow, as excited I've been during this game. I'm hopeful now.
I told you! Fucking told you!
You did! You're so friggin' on it.
So fucking done. I'm so done. Listen, guys. It was so crazy last night, you know, because I'm thinking that, like, hey, listen, everyone that I'm speaking to in my one-on-ones are people that, like, I genuinely have a good relationship with.
You really got this shit, Anthony?
Huh?
You really got this, man? You got me pumped.
No, bro, I'm so fucking serious, bro.
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, man, I think voting's gonna be very interesting this evening. Because it's kind of like you have 2 people, right, that you know for sure are gunning for you, but the response is, do you go for the loudest one in the room, or do you go for the one that's kind of like, because they're both traitors at the end of the day, right? But one is louder than the other, so you have to be strategic about like what one you're gonna go for. And you know what? I just want to know like where everyone's mind is and who they're voting for, because like I know definitively who I'm going for. You know?
Are you holding that till the end now?
I absolutely am, because the thing is, like, if I start like dropping this right now, then there's like I think everyone is pretty much aware of where I am. Like,
you said you trust 2 people. Are they sitting in this room?
You know.
Well, I can tell you right now, if you're looking at me because I didn't vote you safe, the person I voted safe in this round was Lori, and you the previous round. So if you have any questions with me?
No, brother, it's so messed up, because the crazy thing is, like, I walked away like last night. I was so upset because I went through my one-on-ones, and then I had a confessional at first, my one-on-ones, then another confessional. I'm like, this is so weird. So after I'm done with my confessionals, Nick is like, hey, listen, I just want to give you a heads up. The traitors voted you off. And I was like, fuck. Fuck. And then he was like,
I'm a little nervous because I know I'm not a traitor, and I would never voted for you one time in my life. So
Raven, Jason, Lori, and Drea. So those are my one-on-ones yesterday. And I told each one of you something different, because I wanted to see who would go back and tell the other person. The other person that went back and told the traitor exactly who I thought it was. So 100%, I know who I'm voting for, and I know who those people are working with. It's a process of elimination. If you were to vote right now, where would that vote go to?
Let me see. My head's going kind of like probably Drea.
What if I told you that Drea and Lauren are working together? Would I be able to switch you over, Lauren?
Wait, hold up. You lagging?
Would you take over the floor for a second? I'm gonna hop on from my phone, so that way there's not much lagging. Give me 1 second.
All right, Dar. So
catch me up, Jason. I'm so confused right now.
No, I think Anthony's on to something right now. And kind of like I told you the other day, man, I have a ton of trust in him. So I haven't fully heard what he's got going on. I think we're in a situation where we're looking at both Lauren and we're looking at Drea, but not fully all in on one or the other quite yet.
So I have an alliance with Jason and Lori. There was remaining was Raven. It was Raven and Lori. Raven and Drea left, right? So of those two of them, one of the two of them is working with Lauren. Lauren is the ultimate factor right now. So if you're feeling strong about Drea, great, because guess what? I had a one-on-one with her, and she was one of the people that I spoke to in my one-on-ones. So the ultimate goal is to get rid of Lauren. Lauren is the traitor in this.
I'm more excited about tonight's vote than the past.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, do you already know who you're gonna vote for?
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Oh, sure, I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I'm voting for Lauren, because of just how it's been, the game plays, and and I feel like I should have in the last one. I feel like my vote was swung to Mike because of the whole Dar thing and just feeling like there was just like no choice essentially, and I didn't want to go for Lauren right away because she was making these just because she was making these allegations, I didn't want to be like, oh, I have to protect myself.
What I'm looking for is like just I don't even really know what I'm looking for.
Right, because like she has good answers. She
does.
Like, good answers for everything.
Yeah.
Hi, pretty butt.
What's up, Leia?
Hey. Elle. Me and Raven were just talking. She was saying she feels like it's Lauren.
I feel because of everything that I felt with her and everything, and I just have I don't know, and like even the way like you came in, like the way that she was like wording things, I was like, what is this? So I was just very. I'm just stuck with that vote. I'm just stuck with that vote because I don't think I have any suspicions of anyone else.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone else that kind of like got your attention that you've been like, hey man, this person is kind of like, you know, shifting funny, or is it like you're still kind of figure it out after Lauren?
I still think maybe Elle was shifting funny.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit. It felt very shifty in that room in general because like at first I was like, where's Anthony? Because he's usually the first one in here with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, did someone off him? And I literally had that premonition earlier. I was like, someone's going to try to off either you or me and we're going to be safe. I don't know if they tried to go for me, but yeah, that was I'm wow. Yeah. But Elle is probably my only
other one,
just because of maybe here and there fidgets and like the connection of Ashley not speaking about her.
Oh my god, I just want to like take a nap.
I know, me too.
Where's everyone at right now? Even if we don't necessarily need to go into, I guess, that aspect. So I mean, like, are we going with kind of like not the quiet person, or because I mean, like, we can't really go into another voting, kind of like scattered, you know? If it's like half the votes, then I mean, like, we're gonna see ourselves with kind of I don't know, a split.
Yeah, well, I don't really know where the votes are going except for my way, so I really don't know. I don't know what to tell anybody. Because nobody has come to me with anything, not a single time during this entire game. Mike was saying that Ashley and Dar didn't really talk that much, and I don't think that was a very convincing like reason to vote for Dar that they didn't talk, because I didn't talk to Dar till like the 5th night or something like that. So I don't know what to think about that. Do you guys have any other like group chats tonight?
I have like back to back to back. Like it's just like multiple.
Which is interesting because I asked to talk to both of you in this chat. So I requested this chat, but I don't have any other chats because nobody will talk to me.
I'm excited to get this, like, the voting over with, but the amount of anxiety I had all last night going into today, it was wild. You know, like back and forth. It was just like, what am I going to say? Who can I trust? And it's like, it's difficult because, again, this is a game, but it's like, it's a strategic game and it's also a numbers game. So at the same time, you want to make sure you have the correct alliances, but then you also want to make sure that like you're protecting yourself to a degree, because you don't want to be like the trigger pulled on you but thankfully it was a miss.
Well, I came pretty close too, and that's why I'm like confused that people think I'm a traitor still, because if I wanted it to be easy, obviously it was like me, Dar, and Mike were the options, and then I opened my mouth and I didn't shut up, and then it became down to like me and Mike instead. So I feel like if I were a traitor, it would have been easy for me to just go with the numbers and try and put them on Mike. But I didn't. I still stuck true to myself and like put myself out there. So I just don't get it, because, and then also I feel like the traitors are picking me to save. Like I just didn't realize I was going to be here tonight. So I feel like the traitors are picking me to save because all the eyes are on me still from last, vote. So.
What's going on, Raven?
I'm doing so good, I think. I'm nervous about tonight, but it's going good.
Yeah. We all have our suspicions about each other, pros and cons and all of that. But if you had to vote now, is there somebody you have exactly in mind?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Lauren this time. Because of just, I guess, the way she's reacting to things and specific things that make me nervous.
Me too. And I've felt the same for a while. And again, I have some other suspicions going on with other people, but nothing stood out to where it's not. Sometimes I feel like it's just a me thing, and I don't want to put myself out there as it just being a me thing, because we're working as a team and we're trying to figure this out as a group. And I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I don't think Mike's situation was that at all. I really took time when it came to the Mike thing, and I meant what I said. I just had to know because it was distracting how I was playing the game.
It's a really tough game, because again, like you just said, we're trying to play like detectives, and you're trying to go off of like, what did this person say last week? And then it's like, oh, fuck, I don't really remember. Is it possible? It's just...
Lori's got the notes for it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. My electricity went out, but I've got all this saved, so everybody ripping on me for having an old school notepad. To hell with you. I know how to handle this.
Lori's writing down verbatim, word for word. She's like, no. You said this on the first night at minute 7:03.
For sure.
I'm like,
for
damn,
sure.
Lori.
I will note, when we were talking to Lauren, I noticed that she was expressing that nobody comes to her for information. I will say my reason is because she's gunning for me. So I don't want to talk to her. And I find it hard for me to bring up conflict. I've already spoken about this plenty of times. So it's hard for me to be like, well, here it is. And I'm sorry, Nick isn't going to get that kind of drama from me. But I that's where I'm at with that. Like, I don't feel comfortable with sharing specific things with her.
I'm not going back because I think it's Lauren and Jason working together.
Yeah, so I think it's either Lauren and Jason, Lauren and Drea. Either way, Lauren is always at the
head of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So eliminating her will allow us. So then here's the thing though. If we go back to the premise of what Mike was discussing, then that means that there's a possibility. I hate to bring up his name, that like someone might get recruited, and then at that point, at least we got out one fucking traitor. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because right now, honestly, and then at that point, it just be like, hey, listen, whoever it is who gets recruited, that's a different ball game. But as for right now, it seems like Lauren is always at the pit of this, and
that's what trips me is like, who's this? If there's a second, who is the second? Because for me personally, like, it's hard for me to even stick with Elle, but I'm only sticking with Elle because, like, I don't want to go by intuition anymore because that's fucking failed me this entire game.
Right.
But there's just like something there, maybe.
So when I was speaking to Dar, he was kind of like on the fence with Drea.
I haven't talked to her. I noticed that she hasn't been talking as much. I'm not sure if that's just personal life stuff because I can get that. But second vote, no idea right now. I'm even like trying to tell myself not Elle because of like, I guess because of her. Why would she vote for Lauren in the beginning? Like that wouldn't make sense. Well, I don't know, but and then there you are.
What's up?
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I'm late.
All good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
So I've had multiple chats. I think like Drea. So Elle's name came up, Jason's name came up, and we're just trying to figure out like where it is.
I can't wait to your big reveal.
I'm excited.
Hopefully it's better than mine.
I mean,
literally, I think that, well, no, because that was a big night. Because I felt personally like I was gonna get voted out because of Andrew, because of Lauren gunning for me on vote night. Yeah. Because I felt like she was either holding on to that one, or I don't know, like. So, like, if anything, it just, like, rocked the fucking boat a bit. And I think just Ashley not showing up, that just solidified that this is a fucking game. And, like, going at it. In such
Ashley would have still been in this game if she would have never left.
No, 100%. Absolutely.
Ashley would still be in this game.
I had a lot of faith in her. That's what fucks with me is like being wrong and like being wrong and not knowing anymore.
I think that mind fuck has just had me a little too on the fence, but I'm trying to get off the fence and like use some more brain power in this game because that honestly traumatized me. I'm not gonna lie.
Elle!
Hey.
How you doing?
I don't know, Jason. I'm a little bit bummed.
Yeah, what's up?
Why did you flip on Mike so easy?
It's just too much. I had to know, man. Mike was just all over the place. He not only was he just saying different things, but he was also saying things directly about me when I wasn't in rooms. So it's not like he was being loyal to me, and I know you guys have your thing and you're very loyal to Mike, and that's great.
Well, I thought it was the four of us, me, you, Anthony, and Mike. That's what I thought.
And I was perfectly fine with that. It wasn't until some wishy-washy stuff came up about Mike with me, and I didn't understand it. For me, it started with him throwing me out there to deal with Drea and go through those interrogations or whatever it was. Like, why would you put me out there? So then I started to question things, and then as people were coming to me and it's sounding more and more like Mike isn't loyal to me, then I was like, that was why I kind of brought some things to your attention just to see where you were at. And it was just Mike. And I started to get that feeling like I'm the odd person out again. And it's not a good place to be.
No. Yeah, I'm going to play the victim card that, hey, dude, why did you vote for Mike? That's like the worst possible. I thought we were in an alliance and, lay that guilt trip on really hard.
And that has been a consistent thing that's come up, that you don't really help. And that was the other day why I tried so hard to get you to at least admit some kind of something, and you just kind of left me out to dry.
I didn't have anything at all. And the only thing I had was I had a conversation with Lauren and Lori and Anthony when they did the interrogation thing,
Right.
which really wasn't an interrogation. They were trying to see if people had built alliances or if they were working on their own.
Right.
And that was all I had. And they were not leaning towards Mike.
Right.
So they weren't really leaning towards Dar either. So I wasn't real confident with my vote with Dar. But they didn't tell me they were going to vote for Lauren either.
Yeah.
So they really didn't give
That was a
anything.
shock to me. To be honest, I thought the majority was Mike. In a million years, I never thought that it was going to be as evenly as it was. To be honest, one of my biggest fears was that everybody's going to go with Mike, and you and I are the only ones that didn't go with Mike. And then that switched, and trust me, that's got me questioning a lot of things too. And again, I know you were talking about me directly today when you said I was acting shady. I've had some thoughts about you as well, because maybe I was wrong in the beginning because you showed so much loyalty to Mike, and I get it. You didn't say me or him. I know you wanted it to be the three of us. Elle just seems genuinely devastated that she thought me, her, and Mike were going to ride to the end, or she definitely has a genuine loyalty to Mike that she does not have with me. And so whether she's a faithful, I think she's going to start, unless she was 100% confident that my explanation was good enough today, she's going to start gunning for me on the traitor side, and she's going to start gunning for me on the faithful side, because today was the first time that she went out of her way as if it wasn't good enough what I had said to her. So the other fear that I've worried about with you is that, and then it just happened with the votes, the only time you have anything to say is to stick up for Mike. Hey, I just want nobody to mess with Mike. Nobody to mess with Mike. When all these other people were saying like Mike is an issue, so maybe they're together.
If you would have been the target, I would have said the same thing about you.
I know,
It's
for
always
sure.
been
I know.
you, Mike, and Anthony.
I know.
And here we have Mike voted out, and now we find out that they tried to vote out Anthony.
Right.
And it's like my whole alliance is like
No,
falling.
it's not necessarily Elle. So okay, look, I know you're upset about a couple of things, especially in my situation, and I am too. But can we just start to work on where we're at in the game? Because I can tell you right now, three of the four that you just named, we're all still okay. And any mention of you with Anthony has gone nothing but in positive way from me.
He did a lot of backpedaling, and I don't know. I kind of feel like Susan. I think Mike probably feels like Susan too. He's loyal and then he's not. And, you know, if he gets it's going to be difficult because the suspicion is going to be on him. I'm going to do what I can to, you know, play the whole. I know Jason and I were in alliance, but he voted out Mike. He went after Lauren. You know, things aren't looking all that great with Jason. But I don't know how it's unpredictable how he's going to behave when he's backed in the corner.
So, Elle, you know, you voted me last time, so I was wondering, like, where your head is now, and like,
I was not confident in the vote for you. I do admit I was not confident, and I did feel bad about it, because I wasn't going to vote for Mike. There's four people that I'm just not going to vote for. I'm not going to share that because it seems like every time I share it, somebody gets targeted. But my alliance is slowly falling apart. So I just got off with Jason, and I just don't like how he flipped so fast on Mike. And Jason was in my alliance, or it still is. I don't know. I don't know who my alliance is anymore.
Wait, Jason was in your alliance?
Yes. I thought he was. I thought it was me, Mike, and Jason. And Jason just completely flipped on Mike. What about you, Anthony? I know you must feel terrible that they tried to vote you out.
I'm leaning towards Lauren. Only because like I'm gonna stay consistent with my vote from last week. I think that after that interrogation that Lori and I had with her, the thing is, like, I'm really hoping and praying that I'm right, because if not, then I'm going to be automatically out, because at that point, they're going to be like, they're definitely coming for me because they missed last night. They're like, nah.
We can still vote you safe.
Yeah, the thing is,
I was gonna vote Jason safe.
Really? I am really on the edge with Jason.
But now they're gonna be on Anthony now because they didn't get him out.
I wish we would have stayed with either Raven or Drea.
Raven, what's up?
Oh, this space. It's Palo Santo. It's not rugs.
Oh my God, no, it's so crazy. So I was looking into, so I have Palo Santo, right? But then I also have the sage. But then I was like reading something that like we shouldn't do sage because it's like it's not, I don't know. I feel like what I read was sage, Palo Santo is better than saging, basically.
I agree. I agree 100%. Yeah. No, I'm a Palo Santo girl.
What's going on, Lori?
Oh, not much.
Lori.
I cleansed the space, so we should hopefully be voting the right person tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We
There
vote
you go,
with love. We vote with love. We vote with love. Tonight was interesting.
Yeah, it definitely
This whole
was.
game has been interesting. This is gonna be fun to watch back on.
Oh my God, I can't wait to watch this all back and see like what everyone says and how all like, oh my God, no, it has to be this person. No, it's definitely this person.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I do look like a goofball.
We're all goofballs here.
Like, I was telling my friend, like in town, I was like, yes, I'm in a game show called Double Cross, and she was like, fuck yeah. She's like, I'm gonna root for you. And I was like, I don't know, dude. And she was like, who else is it? And I was like, we're all from different states. And she was like, so you're representing New Mexico? And I was like, oh my God, no pressure there. I was like, New Mexico's gonna be like, that's not ours. Like she's not like that ditzy lady, like, oh my God.
I feel like this game wouldn't have had like its backbone of literally, like you helped with so much like information and clarification and everything like that. And I feel like just more towards like this ending, I've gotten more time with you. So I've just been able to actually like be with you. And I'm just like, oh, Lori's amazing. You represented hard.
Awesome, thank you, man. I'm sorry, New Mexico, but like,
Hello. Cleansing everyone that comes in.
You got a bad reading? Let us know.
No, literally.
Who are you looking at, Miss Elle?
It's hard. I'm kind of flip-flopping between Lauren and Jason. I hate saying Jason's name, but I don't know. I don't like how he jumped to Mike so fast.
I spent my last pennies watching Mike Tyson's career come to a sad ending.
He got so much money from that.
Hey, I lost
thousands. Got paid for it.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh shit!
Y'all were betting on that?
Tyson broke my heart, man.
I was gonna say, even like, y'all actually, did you bet on Tyson?
No, well, I just went to the fight. I didn't bet on it. I knew better than that part. I couldn't do it.
You went to the fight?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so cool.
Cool. Wait, what did he say?
I bet.
But my childhood hero walked off very, very sad. So.
Oh man.
I mean, he's an elderly person. So.
I know, Dre. It just killed me. It was like, once he come out in the first round, he looked like it was 1990, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's still Mike Tyson!" And then it went bad.
You need to give him
elderly.
So, are we just cutting it up about the fight? Are we gonna talk game? Or you guys are all just decided already? Or
oh. What?
Hi, Lauren.
We were just kind of BSing.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh no.
What's up, guys?
We were just discussing the game. I don't know. What's your game plan?
I don't have one. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get voted off tonight. So.
Why don't you say that?
Because everyone's coming for me. The traitors are trying to get what the traitors want. The traitors kept me here so that y'all would vote for me tonight. So, I don't know. I'm not feeling too great.
Why do you think that part about the traitors, though, Lauren?
Why do I think that? Because it's an easy vote for them. It's an easy name to keep out there. Well, who's in the alliance? What, doesn't that matter?
Huh?
Who's in the alliance?
I thought we were all kind of in
several alliances at this point. I mean, everybody's gotten to know somebody or has had conversations with somebody. Today, everybody was in a conversation with just about everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't.
You didn't have any one-on-ones or
I had
conversations?
a three-way chat with me and Raven, which I asked for. Nobody has asked to talk to me yet. So I'm just wondering what's going on.
Well,
okay,
let's
Raven?
talk right now. Like,
yeah, I just had a cough attack.
So what are you thinking, Lauren?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking that the traitors are trying to. Well, I just said basically what I was thinking. The traitors are trying to keep me, so that they don't have to expose their game plan, and everyone else will just vote for me tonight because I was pretty close last time. So that's how I feel. Well, I do feel strongly that if I do get voted out tonight as a faithful, y'all are fucked. Like, you're totally fucked. The traitors, if I get out tonight as a faithful, the traitors are going to come for y'all one by one. However many faithfuls are left, your name is next, and the next one's after that. So I'm just saying.
I mean,
it's over. The traitors will
Lauren,
win.
you'll catch more
I don't think
flies with honey than you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. You know, we are all working together right now.
No, I know. I'm just saying my opinion. I think the traitors will win.
I think you can plead a really. I don't think it's too late for you, Lauren. Whatever you thinking, like if you want to talk to us, we're all literally sitting right here. You can tell us.
BRB.
You know, no one's.
That's
I'm not
name.
against me personally.
That's
I'm not
name.
against anyone. So
okay, well, I mean, I just felt singled out. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure Dar felt the same way. So I was just letting you guys know how I felt.
I genuinely am trying to play an honest game, but I, like everybody else, am getting confused as hell when it comes to certain things on what's right and what's wrong. So it was shocking to me the other day that we had that issue, and I didn't like that at all.
Right, and that's not been weighing on my chest very nicely. So I did want to apologize to you, and I also wanted to apologize to Dar for like taking up his time the other day. But yeah, the only thing is like I was in a defensive mood already because people were coming at me that I didn't expect to come after me. And so I do apologize for coming into it and coming at you that way.
Lauren was apologizing to Jason. I guess she came at him some type of way. Lauren's fucking spazzing out right now. Like,
yeah, no,
Lauren's
really
going crazy. I'm like, damn, bitch, how much can the bitch take? Like,
it's this game is really like definitely toying with us, and like I can't tell if like that's like traitor give up or just faithful give up.
I feel like I don't know.
No, it was good talking to you. I'm glad I got time.
So just have to stand here and talk to yourself, I guess.
Okay. I'll tell the audience a knock knock joke. Knock knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Knock knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Knock knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Aren't you glad I didn't say knock knock again? But ooh, and the crowd goes wild. What do you call an old lady on the beach? A sandwich. What does the skeleton order at Applebee's? Ribs. And Tony.
Yeah, I just couldn't be a part of that. I had to exit out real fast before the Leo and me came out. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do something productive and meditate.
She definitely blew up. She like crashing out.
Yeah, she came in hot, and I was like, girl, like this is I can't. Like I'm over tonight. I just want to like honestly sit on my couch, just relax. Like I've had back to back conversations, and honestly,
no, for real. I'm just ready for the voting and stuff. Like there's nothing anyone else can say. Like we've all pleaded our cases and stuff. So
I changed my vote.
You did?
Changed your vote.
Really?
Did you put it in already or what?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
You mean like you changed your mind or what you thought your vote was gonna be?
Did someone convince you of
What the hell?
that?
Do you have a vote I don't know about?
Okay.
Just from the information you gathered, Dar, or
yeah, hey, I'm probably the only person, but hey, I'm gonna see. I'm
Are
gonna
you gonna
see.
share?
Okay.
the Lone Ranger.
It's okay. Just stand on it.
Stand on that. Stand on it, man.
Stand on it.
Good luck to everybody, and just in case I am off tonight, like it's been awesome meeting all of you guys. Like, thank you for being part of my adult time the last couple of weeks. It's been a blast, and
It has been.
the other night, I guess before we all voted off Mike, was that the chat that you guys were talking about that Jason dropped your name with? It was Lauren, Jason, and Mike, I believe. And Lauren, you told me that it was you, Jason, and Mike. Jason, you told me the same thing.
Yeah, because there's two different instances there.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
And each time is really pretty correct. Elle's name has come up multiple times prior to, and Lauren has come up, and she's said again today that she's felt like her name's one being thrown around. So not trying to hide things from people when it comes to being honest with them. If something's come up, and I even think there's a way that somebody can say, oh, well, this is misunderstood or this happened, but we've patched that up, or that's consistently gotten worse, and I'm in the middle of that, and then I'm perfectly comfortable saying, hey, there's still some stuff out there that's causing your name to come up for this or that reason. So
it was confusing. It was confusing to me because right before the vote, we had a chat, and everybody's time was out except for me, Mike, and you. And when you had jumped in, you only had a few seconds, and you said, hey, you both of you, your name's coming up, but you didn't say by who.
Correct, and that is correct. I mean, it's not my place to tell exactly who's the exact person saying, but you should know who you've had an issue with. If I have something that's going to help you, I'm not going to be secretive about it. If you have something you want to ask me that's going to stop you from believing that I'm doing something wrong or trying, I have no problem answering it. Mike's was always an answer that can come at a later time or a later date, but he would say certain things to certain people, and obviously we're to a point that things come back to one another. I know for 100% things are coming back because I specifically said a couple different things today to see if I would rehear them from a different chat, and just in the way it was supposed to go, that exact same thing happened. So
But don't you think he did that because you can't put all your cards out on the table because the traitors are like waiting to capitalize?
Sure. I get that part. No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. And it has been a struggle to accept that. At the end of the day, we got rid of a faithful who was helping. But regardless of faithful or traitor, there was so much going on that was stopping us from making progression in the team thing. So if it wasn't Mike, chances are pretty good it was going to be another faithful we voted off based on those.
You guys are making some good points.
We are in a very tough situation right here because there are people that at the very beginning stood out for some reason that now they've never even been brought up for again. There's people that never stood out at the beginning that are now saying and doing things that we're just kind of hoping stand out as, okay, that's the moment where this person is really doing some traitor stuff.
Who said it earlier that Ashley would still be here if she didn't show up?
I did.
Yeah.
She would definitely feel about everything. Like,
I hate that point might be true.
No,
literally. Sad but true.
Because
she would be right here with her pink roots, like, you guys, we just need to, let's just all.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, she definitely had me fooled.
Because I was like, okay, go into this with your intuition. Believe in what your chakras are telling you. My chakras are fucking wrong right now, and it's like pissing me off.
You need a new chakra plug.
It needs to be realigned.
And yeah, I'm curious of this game, and like, I feel confident about how it's going to end because I want to be confident in that, and I want to see how many of us can get to the ending. Like, that would be nice.
Yeah.
If it's 2, that means we have to delete 2 more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't even deleted one traitor.
Exactly.
So, like, what's going on, guys? I don't know.
What are your thoughts, Dar?
My thoughts?
And Dar's locked in.
Because I'm just watching everyone. That's all.
Dar's locked in.
I don't know.
So, Dar, I want to know what convinced you to switch your vote tonight.
Because something I was just thinking about. I was like, oh.
Okay.
I'll tell y'all.
Deep in thought, man. Deep over there.
No, I was thinking. I was like, oh, okay. So I'll tell y'all when I pick my vote.
This is the coolest thing ever. That thanks to COVID, we can do this kind of stuff online. Because in real life, you could genuinely have your heart broken. Like,
100%.
you get invested, and we're coming up on 3 weeks. I think we probably all had relationships that didn't last 3 weeks. So.
Imagine if we just stayed in a house together for 3 weeks. Like,
Yeah, that's all.
No.
Jason, if we would have stayed in the house,
I'll be smoking cigs with Lori on the back porch.
I would have annoyed the living shit out of you on day 2. Is that what you're saying, Drea?
Yes, you would have. I would have left the house and stormed out.
I said, I really like your wig. God damn it, this ain't no wig.
Ain't no fucking wig.
Hey, that's television gold right there, though.
Okay, so in my mind, this is how it is.
Yeah.
There's one side and there's the other side. So if a person is a traitor from one side, then I know that the other person is a traitor. But if not, I'm going to completely 360 and think it's the other side.
Right. Well, that's different.
Because everybody against each other. So
It's come down to it. It's come down to the final 2, 4, 6, 8.
I think tonight's vote will be very telling of what's going on in this game. Drea, you made it so fun on like the second night. We were missing you like the first night, and then the second night, we're like, oh, here's Drea. Hell yeah.
Thank you so much. I try to come with like a lively spirit, you know?
Yeah.
I always wanted to be on a reality TV show. So like this is my chance to show my personality.
You kind of have to force yourself to speak up because everybody was targeting the quiet ones, even the traitors. I gotta talk.
They were, like Jason said, they were targeting people talk too much. They were talking people that didn't talk. Like, and that's why I still feel like there's not a group until like tonight or last night.
Even when Ashley targeted me for talking too much, I was like, well, she made me sound like maybe I don't talk too much. So I'm going to keep on talking. And then Ashley turned out to be a traitor. I'm like, damn it.
It's like crazy because now that you said that, it make me think like it was some people that she was like, well, I don't think that they're a traitor. And now that I go back to Dot being faithful this whole time, like, I need to stop smoking, guys. I think like a turtle. Like, I should have knew that when Dot was eliminated and he was really a faithful, like, and she was going after Dot from the first day, so that's why she was going. So the people that she was going after,
right? I felt the same way about Mike. Like,
and
after
the people she protected probably is the.
Yeah, I felt the same way about Mike when, like, after the episode or whatever, we were done, and I was just like, no, like, other things started to make more sense. And it's like when you watch a movie and you see someone do something absolutely dumb, or you're like, no, why would you do that? You're not thinking, I would totally do this. You don't sometimes think, or maybe you're just thinking too hard in the moment. And like,
for sure,
that's literally just like what I feel like a lot of these
guys, see you in a few minutes.
Muting us. Anthony, let me unmute you first.
Is that still wrong? Like, I feel like I can't write.
You're voting
Lauren.
for Nerval?
Yeah, it's Lauren. I voted for Lauren. Lauren, I'm really hoping I'm right with this one, you know? Got a good feeling. Hey, I guess we'll just find out. I'm sticking with what I did last week.
My vote is for Anthony tonight. Anthony, you are really exposing your game in the last few chats. And I feel like you are being, kind of presidential in your debates. So, I mean, I just think that you're trying to reel people in. You're very eloquent in the way you speak. You're not nervous at all. You're always chilling. So my vote's for you tonight, Anthony.
I voted for Elle. Only because I'm on to you. So last time you voted for me, right? And then you were saying how, like, you thought everybody else was going to vote for me, meaning you're only, like, you're, like, voting for voting for the person that everybody else is voting for. That's what I kind of want to.